I'm here at Connected Britain 2019 with Raf Meersman, CEO at Comsof. Raf, how can we enable superfast internet into rural areas? Which technologies are best suited?
I would first say of rural areas, it's important to define it. There's like 20% you could say of the UK is rural, but for me the majority of that is actually still dense enough to roll out a full fiber FTTP network. So I strongly believe that there is a good use case also in a lot of the rural areas for a full fiber network. Anyway, that's the long-term future-proof solution if you look at the bandwidth needs for the future as well, not only today but also tomorrow. And only maybe that last 2 or 3% I think is maybe going to be really too expensive or too hard, so there you might need alternative technologies.
One other trend we're seeing at the moment is convergence between fibre networks. What are the potential benefits of convergence?
It's true that convergence, and especially thanks to the introduction of 5G in these times, and we're in an early stage, but 5G will bring a densification of cells, will bring a fiber need to every cell, and their convergence with fiber to the home and fiber for 5G dense networks is really going to bring a very big added value to companies who roll out the network in a converged way for both applications, and even adding businesses as endpoints for fiber will really save a lot of money. It's almost like 90% of the network is the same, and then you only add up chunks of 10% for different parts of the market. So ultimately you have a much cheaper network, and this will be a huge game changer for those companies who really take up that converged planning in their plans to deploy fiber.
What do you see as being the key challenges of convergence, and how can these be overcome?
Well, on one stage, and that's where we are very active, is that there's an increasing complexity of the planning exercise, because of course you're needing to be prepared for a future which will bring different applications of the fiber network together. And while, for example, 5G is still, the technology is known, but how to really deploy it within 5 or 10 years is very unknown. That's where we try to step in to really model those options, that future 5G network, and see what it could look like, so that at least if you deploy a fiber network today, that you can incorporate that capacity for that future network and be really 5G ready. So the complexity of that exercise, it's kind of making a master plan of your fiber network for the future, and that's where we try to help operators like City Fibre in the UK, but also in other countries, to really make that exercise and be prepared for that future.
And why is it so important for Comsof to attend events like Connected Britain?
It's clear when you come to this event that the UK market is really booming in terms of broadband. I think it's been a bit behind as opposed to other markets for some time, but there is the start has been given to really catch up. Ambitions are high, and there's a lot of things happening, and you really see a race to be the first to enter into certain areas with a broadband solution. And for us, since we are in the planning and design stage, we are in the beginning of every player who wants to enter this market. So for us, it's important to be here to meet all these different people who are looking into entering that market, so that they know about our tools and the benefits they could get from it in an as early stage as possible, so that they can benefit from all the benefits from automation in their design process.
Great, thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, thank you.